How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Play It Again. I'm Sue, and I'm so glad that you popped in today. Thank you so very much. And if it's your first time here, then welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy what I'm doing on the channel. Today, we're going back to 1951 for the song Cry by Johnny Ray. Now, we've never done Johnny Ray on the channel, and it's about time we actually did cover him because he was very influential to so many people. In fact, some people have said that he was very influential on Elvis, the way that he sort of sang his songs and the emotion that he put out. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he's going to do with this song today, because we're going to get to see him do a live version of this performance. And I do know the song very well, but I've never seen this live performance, so this should be a ton of fun to see. I'm not too sure if he's lip syncing or if it's actually live music, but we're going to find out together. And if you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, maybe you enjoy stuff from the 1950s, you can show me by liking this video if you do. And if you've not subscribed, please do so, because that really does help me a ton, gets my videos out to other people, and helps the channel to grow. And I thank you in advance for that. And please don't forget to click on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, because I do put videos out every single day, and you don't want to miss them when they drop. All right, here we go from 1951. And Johnny was not the first one to do this song, nor was he the last. This song has been done by very many people, including Crystal Gayle and Lynn Anderson. But today we're going to hear Johnny Ray because he made this song very popular. Here we go, Cry.
58 Oldsmobile.
Now, our first guest tonight has just about set the world of show business on fire in the last few years. I only have time to mention a few of the major highlights of his fantastic career, and I'm sure you recall most of them. At the age of 2½, he picked out Rock of Ages on the piano. At 12, he joined the church choir in Dallas, Oregon. At 14, he did some plays at Franklin High School. At 17, he appeared on an amateur show from Portland. And at 19, he was a straight man in a comedy act in Seattle. Now, what he's done since then, I have no idea. Here he is, Johnny Ray.
If your sweetheart sends a letter of goodbye, it's no secret you'll feel better if you cry when waking from a bad dream. Don't you sometimes think it's real, but it's only false emotions that you feel. If your heart aches into hang around too long, and you're blue, keep getting bluer with each song.
Okay, this is cool, and he is singing this song live, and actually I really like this live version of the song. It's kind of a little bit more, I don't know, kind of bluesy sounding, I guess. It's kind of just a little bit kind of hipper and not quite as just sort of emotive. I mean, this song was just so emotive and it was just so intense, and I loved the studio version of this song. But this is really cool too, to hear him kind of do something a little bit different. And when you see him performing here, the way that he's singing in that bluesy kind of nature, you can really see how he would have been an influence to people like Elvis Presley, because this was very early on, 1951, very early. But you know, Tony Bennett actually said that he calls him the father of rock and roll. So there you go, some big kind of words and praise from people who were kind of around at that time and knew what was going on. So I think that's really, really cool. Anyway, a really great version of the song. I'm really enjoying this one a ton. And this song did do very well for him. It actually hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts in the United States. I'm not too sure how it did elsewhere, but I know it was a big hit in the US. And if you guys want to tell me how it did in your particular area, I would love to know. I believe he was fairly big in the UK and also in Australia, but my Aussie and British friends can tell me all about that. Anyway, very cool. And I just love the whole R&B kind of bluesy sort of kind of contemporary sort of pop feel that this song brings. And he does show a lot of emotion in it. Okay, let's rewind this a wee bit.
That you feel if your heart aches into hang round too long and your blue keep getting bluer with each song. Well, now remember, sunshine can be found behind a cloudy sky. So let your head down and go right on, baby, and cry.
Very cool. Now, you know, it kind of changed the whole sort of feeling of the song, to be honest. It was almost like two different, completely different versions, like arrangements, because like I said, this was much more R&B kind of feeling, a little bit more upbeat, a little bit, it's very emotional still, but the intensity of the studio version was different, but I really enjoyed this one as well. So the studio version I love, and this live version I really liked as well. It was really cool. Now, I said that he was very influential to people like Elvis, but there's also people that many people have said that he's actually, because of the way his lyrics are, the way that he would present his lyrics, were often influencing other people like Leonard Cohen and even Morrissey of the Smiths. So when you kind of think about them, they do kind of have a bit of a brooding, kind of very emotive sort of feeling. So I can kind of see where they would get that. Now for him, some of the people who influenced him were blues people, not surprising. And one of the big ones was Billie Holiday. So very cool. I think that is a kind of, I just love the way that, you know, certain people influence other people and then other people become big and influence other people who become even bigger than them. And I just think that's so neat, the whole chain of events, to see how certain people have affected and influenced other people in the past. Anyway, a really interesting little thing about Johnny is that he was almost totally deaf. And when he was 13 years old, there was an accident that he had when he was with the Boy Scouts, and it left him completely deaf in his left ear. And he had an operation in 1958 that left him almost deaf in both ears. So he actually did wear hearing aids as time went on. But one of the reasons that he said he had a hard time communicating with people because of his deafness, and that was one of the reasons that he could emote so well and kind of really express himself in song so well, because he had had such difficulty doing it prior to. And I thought that was actually really kind of cool. Anyway, if you guys like Johnny Ray and you'd like me to do more of his stuff, please put down in the comments. I'll do my very best to get to as many as I can. And if you'd like to hear some other videos I've done in the past, just look up here at the end of this video and a couple will pop up. And if you're interested, you could check them out. And if you really enjoy what I'm doing, you can always hit that super thanks button, and I would be very appreciative if you could do that. Okay, everybody, I think that wraps it up for the day. So everyone have a joyful day, and I will see you all again next time. Thank you so very much for stopping in today. Bye-bye.